All right, what's going on, guys? What's going on, guys? I just wanted to get into this tier list with these MMA YouTubers. MMA Messiah here, by the way. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Really helps the channel out a lot. I am very passionate about MMA YouTube, and I've had a lot of people I watch and people who are really important to me and inspire me to do MMA YouTube myself. So I wanted to get in the reason. But the real reason I wanted to get in this video, and I'm going to show you guys some clips here in a second too, of this absolute fucking disgusting chud. Look at this beard, dude. He's like the definition of a neck beard. We'll go ahead and get into it. I just wanted to get into it with this. Let me go ahead and pull this up. You have my damn recording. Oh, well, you already know. He's going to be in the video now. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into this. MMA Joey. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and put him right in the D tier here, ruining the sport. This dude contributes nothing. He has to be a troll. I'm partially convinced if he's not a troll, he's genuinely one of the biggest soy chuds I've ever seen in my life. This dude's a fucking loser. I don't care how many more subscribers he has than me. We're gonna pass him up one day because if he made it to fucking 60K subs or whatever he has, we're not gonna be. It's gonna be smooth sailing over here. This dude is an idiot. He gives the worst takes. He has the worst takes of the entire sport. If you look at him, he's a soy chud. He looks like he's never touched a weight or ran in his life. There's my glorious goat Volkanovski right there, but we'll get into him in a sec. And if you want to know what I mean by he's just a chud, anyone who has eyes knows that Strickland won a clear 3-2 decision against Shemaev. And you could have argued maybe that round four went in favor, or I'm sorry, round five maybe went in favor of him, but it's just no argument in my mind. And listen to this guy.
Let's go. 30 seconds. Jab from Chimaev. Oh, big right hand from Chimaev. Jab to the body from Chimaev. Strickland pumping the jab. Teep from Chimaev. Strickland throwing big shots. Oh, so Chimaev. Oh, jab from Chimaev. Stumbles Strickland backwards.
Sean Strickland never once got stumbled backwards or rocked anywhere in the fifth round. He got hit with good shots, but nothing like I've seen Sean Strickland hit with way worse. Strickland clearly won the fifth. If there were ever two rounds that you could take away, well, he says at the end here that's 4-1. Just listen.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. 4-1 Chimaev. He outstruck him for 4 rounds. He outstruck him for 4 rounds. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Outstruck him in a jab fest. Beat him in the 5th round. Clear 4-1 Chimaev. Clear 4-1 Chimaev. Strickland's going like this. It's the clearest 4-1 I've ever seen. There's no way. There's absolutely.
Okay, this dude's smoking some sort of crack. Or he has to be trolling. I really don't know. If he's trolling, good job. Notice how I didn't get this from his channel too. Shout out to Gray Shirt MMA. He's a clip channel for MMA YouTubers. But dude, this dude is the biggest chud. Look at this beard. It's like he's trying to copy Hamzat. He's trying to go for the haircut, but his hairline looks like a stretched out bat symbol. His hairline looks like the top of the bat symbol. You could edit the bat symbol right here. You should get a tattoo of that. Yeah, just a complete total loser, fat chud, doesn't know what he's talking about. He's in the wrong sport. He acts like he loves the sport so much, but if these are his genuine takes, dude, just stop doing what you're doing, man. Please. Moving on. We got good old Ariel Helwani, who I have another clip of. You know, I'm going to go ahead and put Ariel Helwani in the occasional watch. I won't put him in mid or shill because there are other people in that tier list that we'll put in later. But Ariel Helwani, he genuinely loves the sport of MMA. Here's the thing. Here's the fucking thing, you guys. Ariel Helwani actually loves the sport of MMA. He just hates the fucking UFC and hates Dana White. Which, honestly, I'm starting to hate fucking Dana White, too. He pisses me the fuck off. But this dude literally just does anything to get under like he pretends like he's such a nice guy and everything like that, but he does dig for the story and then he'll cope about it later and act like he's not a fucking weasel, which he is. He's just a little weasel and a rat. And also, you see a true show of character, and he just gives shit takes too. I mean, I'm known for my bad takes occasionally, but like if you guys haven't seen this, he's criticizing Sean Strickland and Hamzat Chimaev both for making amends at the end of their 5 round fight, where they both just beat the fuck out of each other and both have broken noses. Let's see if I can get this here. Well, as soon as I decide to
way, but in that moment, it felt like he had got under his skin, that he had somewhat like irked him to the point that he was like acting out of character, broken. I don't know. And then, of course, we see in the face-off, he kicks him in what appears to be like the groin,
Sure was, yeah.
like balls region, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what Sean was saying at that press conference was crossing the line. What Hamzat did was dirty.
Yeah.
You can't kick a guy that you're about to fight in the balls before. But he was so emotional, he was so upset that he was led to doing that. And so I said, you know what? I think that Sean won that, and credit to him, he stood there and he, as they say, stood on business, right? He did not backtrack at all. Face to face with this guy, he did not backtrack. He even went online afterwards. Great.
If you look a little later after this clip, he gets into it where
I took it. Let's fucking go. You didn't just talk about your opponent and say he sucks, I hate him, he's this, that, and the other. You talked about his religion. You talked about his mom. You talked about his family.
Yeah, and people do so in fights all the fucking time. They sell the fights. They do hate each other. And Sean Strickland said they still probably hate each other, but they wanted that moment to reconcile at the end of the fight. And Ariel Helwani is like trashing Sean Strickland here for doing that.
You win that fight and tell the world that was all for show? That was all for promotion? That is the biggest bunch of bullshit that I've ever heard. That is fraud. That is cowardly shit. I have always said that.
Just a shit take from fucking look at this guy. He doesn't look like he could hurt a fucking 12-year-old girl. And this dude's calling Sean Strickland of all people cowards. Which I get it. Sean Strickland has a boring fucking fight style. I know it's tiring to watch at times, but he put belt to ass on. He took it to Hamzat and he beat him. He won the fight. So, and he looked like he was ready to go another round if he had to. So this dude, like this is just a prime take, and another reason I made this video. Just a shit take from Ariel Helwani. I don't want to play too much because I don't want to get demonetized or anything like that. But yeah, I'll watch Ariel occasionally. He's got some good takes. I'll agree with him, for the most part. He's got good interviews, more importantly. He's not like the hardcore MMA fan person like most people are. And I enjoy him occasionally. He's just a little rat, and he's a little sniveling rat sometimes. So he pisses fighters off, and a lot of fighters don't like him because of that. Moving on, Hapiro MMA. If you guys have never given this guy a good watch, he's just a nice little. I think he's British. I don't wanna. He's some sort of European. He's got an accent to him, but I don't want to give him. I don't want to say the incorrect nationality. He's a really nice guy. He's got a really good YouTube channel. He's got about 90,000 subscribers now. If you watch me, I'm sure you watch him. I watch him in my free time. I think he's nice. I think the discussions he has are relatable. And I think he's a good YouTube channel. He just doesn't really have those hot takes or breakdowns or analysis. He's more of a discussion channel for ideas and stuff like that. And I enjoy watching him. He's very consistent and he's been really good with his growth and he knows his audience. He's been sticking with the fellas. Fellas, every video it's always the fellas and shit. I watch him in my free time. I actually don't watch him too much, so I'm gonna go ahead and put him down in the occasional watch. Because I don't watch him every day like I do some of the YouTubers here. But he is definitely a good YouTube channel. He's just not personally my favorite. So I'm going to put him in the B tier. I think as far as quality goes, if you're watching this, I think you belong in the A tier as far as quality. I just don't watch your videos like all that frequently. But I think you're higher than Ariel Helwani, I'll say that. I watch Hapiro, and I support Hapiro more than I do fucking Ariel Helwani. Because at least Ariel Helwani, I don't know. I haven't watched Hapiro, so I don't know his take on the Hamza fight. I'm sure he agrees that Strickland wins, but as a matter of fact, I think I saw a thumbnail on it. I know he does. Moving on. I don't know who I'm going to select next, but we're about to find out. Ah, yes. Nina Drama. If you're wondering where this picture came from, I found so this is just a Claire whatever this Clairol hair dye. Fucking Nina Drama's on the front of this shit. If this isn't Nina not Drama, it's a girl who looks exactly. Yeah, she's a UFC shill. She straight up is a shill for the UFC. She shits on Ariel Helwani a lot too, which is like, okay, come on, get on the fucking train. You know, she's a shill whenever she shits on Ariel Helwani. Because old Daddy Dana told her to. I bet Dana's hidden that shit on the low. You know, she's married, but she's constantly around like alpha male fighters all day. You expect me to believe that she's staying loyal to her husband? Good on her if she is. But no, this girl is like on Playboy, everything like that. Her videos are good though. I will say it is very wholesome. I'll give her credit where credit's due. She does do a good job of interacting with the fighters, becoming friends with the fighters. She seems like a nice enough person overall. Just her career path and her life choices, they're a little questionable to me because, she was with Playboy for a while. She got her career doing stuff that wasn't MMA related. We'll just say that. I think she's a shill, and I think she's mid. I think her content's good, and I think she knows her niche, and I think she's just one of those fill-in positions. Like, oh, I'm just going to interview fighters. Like, what if I'm going to talk about it later in this video? But if they could just hire people like the people who will be in the A and the S tier later, which we'll talk about in a few, um, to do the interviews like Nina Drama does, the UFC would be better. They'd ask better questions. They'd hold better discussions. They'd train with them better. Speaking of which, you know who I think would be doing pretty good at interviews, and I'm gonna go ahead and put him in the A tier. The only reason I'm not putting Lucas Tracy in the fucking S tier is because he doesn't upload very consistently. So I gotta knock off some points from there. I just wish he uploaded. But when he does, it's a goddamn hour-long rant video. If you want to watch the most amazing UFC rants, Lucas Tracy is the guy. Dude will upload for 2 weeks straight, disappear for 3 months, and then upload an hour and a half video on his new GOAT list or why Sean Strickland is like top five middleweight goats or top five goats of all time. And you know who Lucas Tracy would also put in S tier? Volkanovski. Volkanovski's fucking YouTube channel. Cooking with Volk and his breakdown channel. Both of them, which we'll talk about Volk in just a second here. But Lucas Tracy, he's one of the first YouTubers I ever started watching personally. Started watching him like 2 or 3 years ago whenever he had like less than 10,000 subscribers, and then he blew up and now he's like 150,000. This is an actual picture of Lucas Tracy. He's like a fitness guy. He does some cardio kickboxing, as you all know. And he's overall just seems like a nice guy, but he's a bit odd. I can't tell if it's a character. I don't know what his background is, and like he just talks in a very funny way that pulls you in, and he has a very attractive personality. Like when it comes to pulling people in to watch these discussions, because he has these outlandish views and he has all these takes, and he also has like Peaches in Creamville. Like he's made all these mottos and everything like that. Peaches in Creamville, lighter man skill. Like he actually does really good breakdowns, and he makes a lot of sense of MMA. Lucas Tracy is perfect at putting MMA into the simplest words possible when it comes to the breakdowns. Like I can't even do it myself. But if him watching the Sean Strickland Hamzat fight, he's probably just thinking to himself like, damn, Sean Strickland's just aura farming at range, keeping at range. And honestly, he's probably going to say Sean Strickland's number three middleweight GOAT of all time, which I agree with. Which I agree with. He's beat both Izzy and Hamzat, which are incredible to have. I don't think anyone else has Izzy. No one has Hamzat on the record. But no, Lucas Tracy seems like an awesome guy. I just wish he made videos a little bit more often. He could go so much further if he stayed more consistent with YouTube. Ah, ah, yes. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about Volk. Volk's just a god in general. His breakdowns are good. He gives high fight IQ analysis, and also has Cooking with Volk. If you love the UFC, you already know Volk goes in the S tier, guaranteed. And I think his channels are just so wholesome. We can go pull him up right here. Actually, we can go pull up the YouTube. as if my internet's working correctly. But if you haven't seen Alexander Volkanovski's YouTube channels, they're just the most wholesome thing. It's S tier alone from the sheer wholesomeness. Damn, the internet's going slow. Must be probably need to reset my router. Either way, I won't get into that right now. Volk's good, man. If you haven't checked him out, go ahead and do so. Save. I'll save him for later. Full Violence, the occasional watch. You know, Full Violence is one of those true neutral YouTube channels. They do really good fighter interviews. They don't have a lot of bias. They're really nice to the fighters. Their interview format's really good, and they're just kind of like a guaranteed subscribe if you follow MMA because they keep up with pretty much all the fight announcements, news. If I see a Full Violence post of a quote from a fighter or a matchup being made, I trust it. You know what I mean? They're a good source of media. They're a good source of interviews. If I want to see what a fighter's up to, like they have Carlos Prates interviews, and like Carlos Prates is cool as shit in his fucking interviews. Oh, this dude's a goat. I'll talk to you about this guy in a sec. See, I just want to see who else I have over here. Full Violence is good. They're a good middle tier. Um, we got the Weasel. We got Tony. Oh, dude, I want to talk about Tony Has Died. Tony Has Died is a good one. I watch Tony Has Died in my free time quite frequently. Mainly because I found out he's from South Louisiana. I think he said in one of his videos, and I'm from the Gulf Coast of Mississippi. Tony Has Died. If you're watching this, bro, we should get together and link up and watch some YouTube videos. Or not some YouTube videos, what the fuck am I saying? MMA sometime. I would love to watch a card with you. Not even on some YouTube shit, just in general. Always happy to meet a hardcore UFC fan, so and he does this YouTube shit. He partially inspired me as well because he's doing really well now too. He's got damn near 10. I think. Let me check what Tony Has Died subscriber counts at. I'm curious, and then I can tell y'all. Yeah, he's at 17.4. Good go on him. I think he's funny. I think he's got good takes. I think he knows what's up. Like he's not. He's based. Like I hate to say it. Like Lucas Tracy and Tony Has Died are both based. Volk's based too, but just in a different way. These two have base takes. They don't bullshit around like straight up. My friend Dante actually got upset with me because I said, you know, Hamzat's one of the probably top five greatest wrestlers of all time, and we were having a discussion like Hamzat is not better than accolade wise than like Randy Couture or something like that. But like Hamzat would sub Randy in like one round easily. And he would sub most of those old wrestlers who were claimed to be good wrestlers back then. He's just better. And because these two right here, no, like they can just look at the eye test and be like, yeah, Hamzat's clearly one of the best wrestlers of all time. They know ball. This is A and S tier are the ball knowers. I don't. If you ask Ariel Helwani, if you ask Cop too, if you ask Cop who wins between these old ass wrestlers like Couture or some shit like that, he's gonna know Hamzat. Hamzat ragdolls him because I mean, it's Sean Strickland, dog. Sean Strickland's made so many people look normal. The Weasel. So with the Weasel, I'm a little in between by. Uh, yeah, I'm just not the biggest fan of the Weasel. I think he's a good stand. I think he's an okay standard for like a prediction channel. But he only really predicts main cards. He doesn't do prelims. He doesn't really do any hardcore takes. I'm just not the biggest fan of his channel. I watch him occasionally, but I'm personally just not the biggest fan of him. And I also think he overrates himself on predictions and everything like that because he doesn't really predict a lot of prelims. Like if with me, my prediction rate's 70%, and it's going to stay at 70% or higher. And I predict prelims, I predict main cards. He just kind of skips out on it. He doesn't feel like he's a real hardcore fan like that. Um, and then finally, dude, hang on, I gotta look someone up because I forgot to put someone on here who deserves to go on here, and I completely forgot about him. Fuck, I can't. I'm gonna probably have to figure out how to edit this out the video. But if I don't, I'm kind of already spoiling it because I wanna get into it here. Perfect. This image right here. Come on, paste. Look at that. Look at that. Best editor on YouTube, as they say. Let's go. Um, DJ. We're gonna go with DJ here. We're gonna go with DJ here. I watch DJ consistently. You know, he's a consulted professional. The only reason I'm not putting him in S tier is, but he's got the gaming channel. But I don't watch him as much as I do Volk, though. This is a tough one because I don't really watch him as much as I do Volk. I'm gonna leave him in A tier. He would have been an S tier, but the Mighty Guru show got shut off. So I wish they kept doing the Mighty Guru show. This is lore accurate Demetrius Johnson, by the way. They don't want you to know, but this is what Demetrius Johnson actually looks like. He's 6'6" and a god. If you don't watch his channel, I highly suggest giving it out. He definitely has the most high depth breakdown, like the Void breakdowns, the wrestling breakdowns. He has the most in depth breakdowns on YouTube. And you can learn a lot about MMA just watching him and listening to him. Even if you go to the clips where he's with Armin or he's training with these other UFC fighters like Marab, the way he talks and the way that he's teaching these goats things, and they're like, wow, this motherfucker really knows, bro. This motherfucker really knows. I highly suggest giving Demetrius Johnson a look up. I would implore it greatly. And he's just a wholesome guy. He's a goat, bro. Like, what is not to like about Demetrius Johnson? Moving on next. This is the big three right here: Lucas Tracy, Guru, and Bedtime, right? And then there's gonna be me. I'm gonna be coming on the scene. I'm going straight into fucking S tier. Oh shit! What the fuck did I do? Best editor on YouTube, huh? We're gonna go straight over to fucking S tier. Um, I'm goated. I don't know what else to say. I'm hilarious. I'm a million times better than MMA Joey. Um, Ariel Hawani. We could MMA Joey. I'm gonna go ahead and invite MMA Joey. Anyone who wants to rewatch a fight with me, we can rewatch the Islam Volk fight one. We can rewatch the Sean Strickland Hamzat fight, the Sean Strickland DDP fight one, and I will go round by round with you and tell you why Islam won the rounds and why Sean Strickland won all those rounds, and we can watch it together on a live stream. I challenge you, MMA Joey, for a debate and to watch the fight together on stream. I got Paramount Plus. I don't know if your broke ass does, but I want to invite you to watch the fucking stream with me or the fight with me, and we can go by round and discuss each round until you accept the fucking fact that Sean Strickland beat Hamzat Chimaev and you're full of code, or you're just playing a character and you're not really a dumbass. Who fucking knows? MMA Guru, you already fucking know. MMA Guru, you already know. S tier. Not much to say about it. Based in every way. Inspired me as a YouTuber on the upcoming. Amazing YouTuber. And he's got some hot takes, you already know. But he really does. He pushes the status quo to force his takes into the UFC and make himself known. And he's put the UFC into some uncomfortable spots, I've noticed, because they really do not want MMA Guru coming on the scene because he attracts a lot of quote unquote negative attention. But really, MMA Guru just speaks for the hardcore fans. And he calls it how he sees it, really. He calls Dagestani wrestler boring. You know, he calls them all these things. Whenever just they're just that, they're boring fighters most of the time. He hated Hamzat Chimaev. He doesn't hate Islam Makhachev. The only person he really fucking hates are people who crotch sniff the whole time. And the fact that he also agrees that, I mean, if you look it up, Habib is married to his cousin, to be fair. Like, it's a second or third cousin, but he wasn't lying about that. He's never been dishonest. I don't think MMA Guru's ever lied. And I watch him obsessively because he follows the sport, has good updates on the news, and I aspire to be like him with his consistency and love for the sport. I think he's awesome. I'd love to meet him one day. And my personal favorite MMA YouTuber, Bedtime. I don't want a fanboy, bro. I know you're just a normal guy, but you are an inspiration to me. I'd love to do some work with you one day and meet you maybe, but Bedtime MMA is my favorite YouTuber for fucking sure. He's just relatable. He speaks for the MMA community as a whole. He doesn't really have, he has hot takes, but he argues them well. He knows MMA well. He's an MMA fighter himself, and he overall just has good attributes, good takes, good videos, good rants. I hope to be as articulate as he is in his videos and fluid as he is in his videos. Uh, yeah, but this is my YouTube tier list. Be sure to let me know what you guys think. Like and subscribe. Leave discussions in the comments on who you think is better or worse as far as these tier lists go. Well, it was a pleasure. You guys have a nice day and stay safe.